back to another week of Fashion Talk Tuesday. I am co-host Monica.
And Maisha.
And we're here highlighting amazing creatives, designers, fashion creatives, and fashion tech and fashion organizations in the PNW. Here with another week with style versus trend, building a wardrobe that reflects you.
Okay. You, not nobody else.
You. A lot of the time when we talk about fashion, we're talking about highlighting others. We're talking about highlighting the work that's being done. But let's talk about your wardrobe. Let's talk about what makes you happy. In the past, we've always talked about what trends are around, what people like, what they don't like, what's timeless, what's a priceless piece in fashion history. But we're going to talk about why style matters to you and why style is iconic to you and how does it emotionally and physically and mentally make you feel so that you bring the most from your wardrobe to your everyday life. So personal style is very important. We always want to follow what somebody else is doing because they wore it, and we are living in the age of influence, influencers. But why does personal style matter to you versus trends?
Personal style matters to me because I feel as though it's part of my personality. What I wear makes me feel good. I don't want to be like nobody else. I feel like social media, it's a gift and it's a curse because I feel as though a lot of people look at people and want to look like them, forgetting what their identity is. And I just feel like personal style is way more important than trends because your personal style is going to speak for yourself. People are going to look at you and say, okay, she know how to put a look together. She has a personality by herself. She puts herself out there rather than you just following a trend, you looking like everybody else on the internet, child. And we don't want to do that.
And we don't want to do that. And don't get me wrong. I love that we can, somebody starts a collection or they provide a collection and we buy the pieces from it. But how everybody puts it together is completely different.
Yes.
So, for example, the new Christopher John Rogers collection from Old Navy, we partnered with Old Navy. That two-piece set with the halter and the skirt, everybody got that. But I say I've seen so many women put it together differently. I seen a girl use a scarf as a top instead of having the peplum top on, and it had the same skirt. I was like, I would have never thought about that. I said, hold on, let me see if I can wrap around my little titties. Let me see that.
Yeah.
But that just shows you that even though there's pieces out there that are similar, how you put it together, how you style it is very important. So I love that a lot of people, like content creators right now, they're doing the wearing versus styling. The wearing versus styling is very important because how they're styling it is not how I would style it because it doesn't fit me personally. And I love that you said what makes you special, is what you want to wear. And I think we have lost the plot when it comes to fashion and style identity.
Absolutely. I did write down that trends come and go, but personal style creates consistency and it helps people recognize and remember you.
It does. So when we think about me, and I'm going to tell you what I think about you. When you think about what do you think, like, what's something like, girl, I thought about you when I saw that.
Yes. With you, your style is so elegant, but it has, I don't want to say quirky, but it has like a chic side to it. Like you are classy when it comes to your dress. Like you like flowy skirts, cute trendy tops, but like fashionable tops. I just think classic. Like when I think of your personal style, classic come to mind.
Okay. Yeah. And I feel like yours is edgy and also authentic. I think edgy because you can put together a leather jacket with some really like some metallic pants and it just goes. And then you throw on a hat and be like, girl, I'm done. I'm like,
baby, that hat every time. You gotta make it fashionable though.
You do.
You gotta make it fashionable.
I love it. So, but yeah, very edgy and very authentic. And it's just and even with a t-shirt, you'll put a t-shirt and a skirt. Even with this look right here, this is a sheer dress on top of a kind of tweed looking dress and the different stripes just goes.
Thank you.
Personal style is what you make into a look, and when we're thinking about that, we all know people that we can be like, oh, I know such and such will wear that really well, or I know such and such would do kill that because you recognize their personal style. How did you discover your personal style?
Child, playing around. Because if I go back to high school days and then looking at now, of course our style evolves with us as we get older, but just playing around, finding what works for you, what silhouettes, what colors, what patterns, because some patterns just don't work, child. And you got to know what works for you.
And I know I cannot wear stripes. horizontal stripes. It ain't me. I'm not looking like a whale. You're not gonna have me in my behind out here looking crazy.
But at least you know that.
Yeah.
And you recognize that. And some people can't just admit, okay, this doesn't work for me. I'm not gonna do it. They'll still do it. And that's their business, child, but you gotta know.
I discovered my style by allowing myself to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is a big part of fashion. How we show up is we're putting ourselves out there a little bit more than normal, and most people are like, oh, okay, I can see you. I see you stepping out, and then people acknowledge that. That's a part of the confidence that we were talking about in the previous show. How to have confidence in what you're wearing, how to have confidence in how you're showing up, and that's a big part of. So me, it was being vulnerable. Like, oh, I don't necessarily wear this, but let me try it.
And not letting nobody alter your mind into thinking that you can't wear that. Even so, it's different. You got to know what doesn't work for your body type, but also if you like something and it just speaks to your personal style, wear it. Don't let nobody alter your mind and say, oh, you shouldn't wear that. No.
There's a difference. When you think of personal style, you think of inspiration, influence, or you're imitating. Okay, so which part? Well, we know imitation is huge right now.
It is.
Even if you don't want to give somebody credit. Imitation is huge right now, but inspiration, let's talk about inspiration.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
There's a difference between being inspired and copying.
Yes.
Don't copy to a T. Be inspired, because I'm inspired by some of your looks.
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm like, oh, I never thought, let me try that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to copy it to a T to where it's like, this is
it.
Monica. Let me wear Monica. No.
Let's put your spin on it.
Yes.
And that's how we make different pieces look great on a whole different spectrum. So I love that. I agree. In inspiration, I believe is a part of giving somebody credit. Yes. Let's just say dupes. They're inspired, but we know who actually is the designer of it. So inspiration is about still giving that person or that, creator or whoever you inspired you to wear this look or wear it how you're wearing it, but you're giving them credit and you're saying, oh, I saw this on such and such. I just loved it and I just want to put my own spin on it. I think people realize, like you said, there's a fine line between copying and inspiring someone, because in inspiration, you're giving credit. Well, credit's due, but you're also giving an opportunity to say, hey, I loved it as well, so I want to see how it looks on me. What about imitation?
I don't even like imitation craft, so... Baby, give me the real crab. I don't even like imitation crab, so we ain't doing no type of imitation over here. No, absolutely not. No.
Okay. Imitation is the opposite of inspiration. You're not giving credit to the person who inspired you. And I think that's where, if we talk about the previous show, inspiration and collaboration and being able to give somebody their flowers, give somebody say, hey, I really am truly just inspired by the work that you do, inspired by your clothing, inspired by your style. And we have lost the plot there and being able to give somebody credit for what they've done. So imitation I think is an insecurity.
It is an insecurity, and imitation, like you said, it focuses on copying someone else. Exactly. Instead of creating looks that feels authentic to you.
Yeah. You've lost your authenticity if you're trying to imitate somebody, and you need to find that first.
Lastly, we're going to talk about building confidence through intentional dressing. What does that mean to you, Monica?
Intentional dressing is a big part of how I show up daily. Intentional dressing has helped me build confidence. So like my mama always told me, never go out and looking any kind of way. And I always kind of kept that in the back of my mind, because I like, you never know who's going to see you. You don't know what's going to happen. And then I don't want to be out somewhere getting an accident and they got to cut my pants off me and my little underwear is dirty. So
I am done. We about to wrap this up. I cannot.
So intentional dressing for me looks like how I'm planning. Before I even walk out the house, what does this make me feel? And let's go to the psychological and mental part of that and emotional part. How does this outfit make me feel? How do I want to show up? How do I want to look? Does it make me feel confident? Does it make me feel like I need to shrink myself? Is it too much skin? And am I going to feel like I'm just doing too much? So those are the thoughts that I have, and I use intentional dressing as a way to say, hey, if I'm going to have the most highest confidence I can possibly have, what piece in my wardrobe is going to make me feel that way?
You just made me sit up a little bit taller. Listen.
A little taller.
Yes, I love that.
So what about you?
You know what? I don't know if this is the same topic, but people always say dress how you want to be addressed.
Oh.
And that's so true. I seen this video about this girl. She had on a Nike sweatsuit and she went to the Cartier store. She said when she walked in, nobody paid attention to her. You know, they just didn't give her the time of day because how she was dressed. But as she started talking and she told them what she wanted to purchase, baby, they took her to the 3rd floor, had her sitting in a private room. It can go both ways because it's like, of course, sometimes you just want to be chill and you want to be able to go to a luxury store and be treated with respect, but you also do have to dress how you want to be addressed. Yeah. You have to dress how you want to be addressed.
That's true. Back then, for you to be in first class on a plane, you had to wear a suit. You had to wear a suit. So now it's a frustrating culture change to see people say, oh, I can just wear whatever I want now. But we were programmed to wear like a suit in a business and looking attire to get on a plane. So dressing intentionally is about how it makes you feel. And I love that you said how you want to be addressed, because I want you to be I want to be respected. And you're not going to disrespect me because you think my outfit doesn't matter. If I could say take something from us today, is dress intentionally because it builds confidence and also allows you to show up as your best self.
And again, dress how you want to be addressed.
Okay. Well, we thank you for joining us this week. Look forward to another week of Fashion Talk Tuesday, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.